Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Little bit of a late one tonight, but we thought let's just do a quick show just to get your thoughts on the World Cup semi-final that was just played out between Argentina and Croatia. I think Jeff should be jumping on shortly soon. Um, but we'll make a start. First things first, people, you know what to do. First thing, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to RBT. Even if you're not new, do share us around, share the links around, let people know about us. RBT always growing. So always appreciate the love as always. So World Cup semi-final, first part is complete. Argentina, Croatia. Argentina winning 3-0. Um, very convincing victory for Argentina in the end. Big up Ed in the building as always, saying Messi the GOAT. Yeah, we're going to talk about Messi for sure. I think that's mainly what this show is going to be about, Messi, to be honest. Um, but yeah, Argentina winning 3-0. Game started a bit cagey. Obviously, Croatia are very good at keeping the ball, but just not doing anything with it. They just have no forward line, so there was a lot of possession from Croatia at the beginning. Then Argentina just from not even a freak play, just Lovren got caught falling asleep too far back, too deep. Ball played in behind. Alvarez span off him, and a penalty was given. I still think it wasn't a pen because for me, he shot. Alvarez shot. He didn't try and take it around the goalkeeper and go past him. He shot. It was a poor finish, and his follow through took him into the keeper. The keeper didn't continue his movement after he originally planted. The keeper tried to make a save. He didn't save it. Alvarez continued to follow through. He missed, and it's like I don't know. I just found that a very strange decision. Obviously, once you go to VAR, even though the ref gave it in the first place, when you go to VAR, obviously it gets slowed down. So once it gets slowed down, there's enough contact for it not to ever be retracted decision. So for me, clear, clearly not a penalty. I think that's what Roy Keane, Gary Neville, and Ian Wright all said that it clearly wasn't a pen either. Um, But regardless of that, Messi slotted it, unbelievable pen, top right hand corner. That settled Argentina down. Then again, second goal, Alvarez, like a great run in terms of how he carried the ball. The right back's name, I always forget, Molina made a great run, overlap, which created the space for Alvarez to run in. Um, but then obviously there's a bit of luck involved because he gets tackled. They pull the flex off him, and then the flex back off that defender, back into his path. The next defender then tackles it, spins in the air, and it hits him in the chest. It just like usually sometimes when you get those, even can hit him in the bicep area, and then it's handball. But even in this case, it perfectly hit him in the chest, perfectly back into his path. He slots it 2-0, game over. Because Croatia, I mean, outside of the Canada game where they won 4-1, in the other 6 games that they've participated in the other 5 games that they've participated in this World Cup, they've scored 1 goal in 5 games in 90 minutes. That's atrocious. And I think Croatia got exposed in a lot of ways today. Like, really, Brazil should have beaten them comfortably, just not clinical enough. Croatia had one shot on target in 120 minutes, and that was that deflected goal with 3 minutes to go. So sometimes, if it's not meant to be your time, just as it does in life, even in football, as we know, football is part of life. So it clearly wasn't meant to be Brazil's time in this case. But yeah, Argentina, second half played well. I thought very comfortable. Um, they're still hugely relying on Messi to create anything. And it's funny because the third goal, obviously Messi created it, and throughout the second half, Gavido, who's a very good young prospect at centre back, throughout the second half, Gavido was getting in tight on Messi, getting in tight. And I think Messi, little by little, you could see, okay, every time I get the ball, this guy wants to get tight. And despite Messi being older or whatever, if Messi drops the shoulder on you, it's peak. It don't matter how old he is, that drop of the shoulder is still effective. Now, the burst afterwards is not as much as before, but that initial one is all he needs. And even for that third goal, he gets past him initially on the right, then he tries to break away, doesn't have the speed, so Messi slows down, brings Gabriel back to a foot, makes a movement again. Gabriel then bites again, and then Messi again stops back to a standstill, and Gabriel is like, okay, now I've got him. And at that exact moment where Gabriel thinks, now I've got him, is the exact moment Messi said, okay, let me drop my shoulder again. And this time, Messi being so smart, he knows the drop of the shoulder's done him. We're in the box now. I can put my body across enough, and I've got that ability to get my body across, but still have the ability to run with the ball enough to create that separation. And now Messi's always going to find the pass. He finds Alvarez, 3-0, game over. The moment of magic that the game needed just to add a little bit of stardust to it. So yeah, man, feels like Messi has one or two of those moments every game, um, especially at this World Cup. And I just think it's interesting now, obviously, that they've made the final. After losing the first game to Saudi Arabia, who would have thought that Argentina would be here? Especially when they were stinking up against Mexico in the second game at halftime, 0-0, playing horrible. A massive risk of going out, and now for them to be in the World Cup final, and they have not really played great. Average against Mexico, obviously terrible against Saudi Arabia. Against Poland, they were quite good, I thought. Again, yeah, they were decent. Against Australia, they were okay, nothing special. And again, against Netherlands, not okay, nothing special. And today, first half, okay, nothing special. Got better second half. So Argentina are not a side that are gonna excite you. They don't play on the front foot. They don't press. Um, they're really just about being solid, being resolute, and then waiting for one or two moments for Messi to create the plays, and everyone else kind of feeding off that. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Like I did say that I do think if Argentina wins the World Cup, I think they will be the worst team I've seen win the World Cup. Because I've seen, let me just think, I've seen Brazil 2002 win the World Cup, clean miles better than this Argentina team. Italy 2006 better than this Argentina team. Spain 2010, we know about Spain 2010. Arguably one of the greatest national teams ever. Germany 2014 clearly better than this Argentina team, and even France 2018 clearly better than this Argentina team. So, like, but end of the day, the path that took you there, you still have to get there, and Argentina have done that. So that's a massive, massive credit to them for getting to the World Cup final. Um, and Ed just saying here, if Messi wins World Cup with best player of the tournament, if Argentina win the World Cup, he's definitely getting golden ball. His goal status confirmed. Now, I think this is where the debate gets interesting because for me, I think Messi, if you believe Messi was the goal, this World Cup shouldn't have changed anything for me personally, because I've seen Messi play at significantly higher levels than this in his Barcelona years. This is a Messi we see in moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, this not the Messi of Barcelona where he was non-stop, like that guy put fear into your life. And I'm not saying that this Messi doesn't, but it's much less, it's much more measured, it's much more, you can see Messi in a 3 minute spurt, and then you literally don't see him again for 20 minutes. Goes in like just walking for 20 minutes. Then he gets the ball, sparks the team into life. So that's why for me, I already had Messi as the greatest ever. So this for me wouldn't change anything. Now I guess the debate becomes, if Messi wins the World Cup with Argentina, does he become the undisputed GOAT? And there's a difference between being the GOAT for like in terms of your opinion and becoming the undisputed GOAT. Like for a long time, before LeBron James stepped foot into basketball, and if you're being real, still a lot of the old heads To them, Michael Jordan is the undisputed GOAT of the NBA, of basketball. And Tiger Woods, he doesn't have the most titles, but if you ask most, he's the undisputed GOAT of golf. Similar with, maybe Michael Phelps with the swim and Usain Bolt with the effect of sprinting 100, 200 meters. Tom Brady, NFL, 7 Super Bowls, undisputed. Them triumphs that make you the undisputed GOAT. So I guess if Messi wins the World Cup, does he become the undisputed GOAT where it's like you can't debate it? I think with football it'll always be a bit more fluid maybe than with other sports, but that's my only thing. I just think if Messi wins this World Cup, how can he not be the GOAT? He's beautiful to watch. IQ, one of the best passers ever, one of the best finishers ever, probably arguably the best dribbler ever. Like a team player. We saw Neymar at his best with Messi. We saw Suarez at his best with Messi. Maybe you could argue Liverpool Suarez, but still, you saw Suarez at an unbelievable level with Messi. We saw Thierry Henry thrive on the left wing with Messi playing. Eto'o thrive with Messi playing. All these men thrive with Messi playing. Pedro thrived. David Villa thrived. They all thrived with Messi. Even Ibra, he did bad. He still got like 20-something goals with playing with Messi. Like, you can't play with Messi and become worse. Very, very few players do. Actually, let me not say everybody, because some players like Griezmann and stuff, they didn't work with Messi because they tend to cover the same space, same areas. So that didn't work as well. But I guess, yeah, if you look at it, Messi's got all the attributes. He can finish, he can pass, he can dribble. He's beautiful to watch aesthetically. Like, he's got the stats. If you want to bring in the stats into it, his goals per game record is ridiculous. His assists are ridiculous. He's got the stats. He's got the aesthetics. Then he'll end his career with potentially 1 World Cup, another World Cup final, a Copa America, 3 other Copa America finals, 4 Champions League victories. Has he lost the Champions League final? I don't think he has. I don't think he's lost the Champions League final. No, I don't think he has. 4 Champions Leagues, 9 La Ligas, couple Ligue 1s, maybe another chance with PSG. Who knows if I'm not even going to add that in. 7 Ballon d'Ors, 4 or 5 golden shoes. Like, I mean, it almost becomes a thing where it's like, if he wins the World Cup, it starts really to become a question of how can he not be the GOAT? How can he not be there? And I want to throw that out. Big up the 5 people in the building to be watching us this late. Big up every single one of you. Smash the likes. But like, yeah, like, if Messi wins the World Cup, I just want to know from y'all, how can he not be the GOAT? And if he's not the GOAT, then who is for you? Because I've been having some thinking now, and I'm starting to because I really want to reflect on this. And there's something that like someone called Nick Wright did in the NBA, where he did the best 50 players of the last 50 years for the NBA, and he released a few players every week. And I'm thinking I want to do something similar for football, where I want to kind of do my top 30 players from the last 30 years, so kind of roundabouts from when I was born through to now, the top 30 players of the last 30 years. So it's going to take some time, obviously, to do that, because I want to do some proper research into that, But I just think, for me, Messi's the goal. Then second, I did think it was CR7, but I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, is it CR7? Is it? For me, I've got CR7, I've got Dino, I've got Zidane. It's the 3 of them. I can't decide who's second. One of them 3 is second. But for me, Messi's on this. I even forgot there's Maradona as well. I've got to put him, probably got to put him in that top 5. That's my top 5. I don't know the order. Messi, CR7, Dino, Zidane, Maradona. That's my top five personally. Probably Iniesta, just outside of that, etc. But for me, Messi is the goal. And my question for everyone is, if he wasn't the goal for you before this, why was he not the goal? Because I don't want to hear someone say he wasn't the goal for me before this World Cup, but now because he's got this World Cup, he's the goal. Because I'll be real, when I look back at CR7's record, there's so many things I think of before that European Championship with Portugal. Because I hear that you won, it's fantastic for your country, but I'm going to look at how you played in that tournament. Euro 2016, Ronaldo was okay. Oh, fantastic. There's so many things I think about with Ronaldo before I think and mention the Euro 2016. Let me just add Jeff into this. What are you saying, Jeff?
Yo, bro, it's good, bro.
What are you saying, man? What are you saying, bro? Listen, I was getting into the Messi thing, right?
Mm.
And I was saying that for me, Messi was already the greatest ever before this World Cup, right?
Yep, for me too.
So my argument is, and tell me if you think I'm mad. I'm saying I don't really want to hear from people saying Messi wasn't the greatest of all time before this World Cup, and now he wins it. Now he's the GOAT. Because for me, it's like this is not even the best version of Messi that you're seeing put forward here.
Mm-hmm.
So how can seeing someone not at their best version, but just because of the trophy that they've won, make you say, that's it? He's now the greatest of all time.
Yeah, like I can see why people do it, but for me, like I say, for me, my decision was made ages ago. Like I've said it on here before. Like it doesn't matter what Ronaldo did, even if he won 2 World Cups. Like my
Yes,
decision was made.
yes,
Like
yes, yes,
there's
yes.
near enough 20 years to go off for both. So like the last few years where they're at the tail end of their careers is not gonna impact my decision. I get it, like decorated wise and all that kind of stuff. I get it, but like Messi's decorated without it still. Like it doesn't matter. Like I know, like he hasn't won a World Cup. You say, oh yeah, in big moments, he doesn't do it. Well, there's more big moments you could say in domestic and in Champions League things like where when you look at like semi-finals stuff like that, like the Real Madrid stuff like that. Is that brace not clutch?
I mean, that brace is crazy as well. At the
Yeah.
burner,
Then you can say the goal against Manchester United 09, goal against Manchester United in the final 11. Like,
both, yeah.
yeah, it just depends on how you judge stuff. So, like, I get it, like, why people do it, but at the same time, it's just like, bro, when it comes to like Messi, Ronaldo, all them kind of players, bro, your decision should just have been made. It shouldn't just be based off this. You should have more. Because then I don't know if I can fully get behind it. Because then say if Ronaldo all of a sudden says, "Oh, I'm out of retirement at 41. Let's do this again," and he goes and wins another Champions League and a World Cup, you're gonna sway again?
That's my argument.
Yeah,
That is my argument, bro. That's because I'm like, if let's say Ronaldo was on here now, would
yeah.
people be like, is Ronaldo could Ronaldo become the GOAT? Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
I don't
it's like
like it, man. Like I know that football's like a flip floppy thing, especially now. Like
yeah,
things change
now
every 2-3 weeks, but
every
things
day.
like this, yeah, like I'm cool, man. Like Messi's been the greatest to me since 2013, 2014. My decision was made then. So
Yeah.
like now does nothing. Like don't get me wrong, doing some like he's 35, still to have the impact he still has on games is crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, like this year's like you said, it's not the this is Twilight Messi. Like this is just him doing what he needs to do for his country. Like it's not like 2014 where he's literally having to get the ball from like the halfway line, run with it, and go and score. He's 35 now, so he has to use his teammates more.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's got some decent support in Alvarez. Because Alvarez he's a problem, man. He
Yeah,
really
he's
is.
good. Alvarez is a good player, and like you said, like even 2014 Messi, like he'd have to come back, drop into like maybe the halfway line to get the ball and do that. The attack fails. Oh crap! I gotta run back to the halfway
Yep.
line. So he hasn't even been as good this tournament as he was in that one. Like he was
No
better.
way.
Like he was better in that tournament. But again, we know we're gonna be hit with the recency bias thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is
And the
Messi,
numbers too.
and the numbers too.
Yeah.
5 goals, 3 of them are pens. It's funny because when it's Harry Kane doing it,
That's what I'm saying. Like
everyone mentions the penalties, but now Messi's got 5 of them and 3 are pens. No one's talking about it.
it's like, yeah, there's always some, like, there's never really like pure opinion. Like it's always some kind of like,
Slight
yes, undertone to something. Like
undertone, yeah.
it's like, come on, man. Like, so like Kane got stick for it. Like I gave him stick. So I'm not raving about Messi's numbers because really and truly, I just don't care. Like, is he playing? Is he doing what he needs to do? He is. So that matters. Like the 5 goals, 3 assists. Yeah, it looks great on paper, but then you said it was 3 penalties.
Yeah, like for me, Mbappe's still been better than him this tournament.
Oh yeah, like yeah, even like the last game, like it just depends on what side of the coin you fall on, like how he played. But overall tournament, Mbappe's been the standout guy. Yes, he has.
And you know that tomorrow Mbappe's gonna have seen that today,
Oh yeah.
and he's like, yeah, okay, it's my time now. Because Mbappe wants this final,
Yeah, he
Mbappe
does.
wants this final. Because this is like the old new. This is like the
Yeah,
Titanic clash.
and this is part 2 because obviously the first one when they played, what 20 was it
18.
2014, 18, sorry.
Yeah.
And Mbappe was tearing Argentina to shreds. Like now it's just like, all right, like one of the greatest ever. I don't know who his idol is. It's saying it's Ronaldo, isn't it?
Ronaldo, yeah,
It's not
Ronaldo's
Messi.
died.
But I think he's got a little Ronaldo to him, like that little bit of like that ruthless streak. So why not go put yourself against one of the best, man? Like go cement yourself. 2 World Cups at what, 23?
Yeah. And imagine 2 World Cups at 23 beating Messi in the final.
That's amazing.
That will add something to it. It will like for Mbappe, that will be like because it's
All the
funny because
hunger in the world.
I was saying the other day, right? And I don't know if I'm mad. I said Mbappe for me could win 3 World Cups, 5 champs, and 5 Ballon d'Ors. I don't think he'll ever be the greatest ever. Even with all of that, just because I'm like, yo, I've seen Messi at his best, and it's like I don't know how much higher Mbappe can go. I know he's got a little bit higher he can reach.
Yeah, he does.
Then is that what Messi used to be?
Nah. Yeah, for me, probably not. Like, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, you see the same way, like our parents, like, or they might just say, like, all right, Maradona's the greatest. I don't care what's going on in your era. Like, he did it then. Like, even I see clips of Pele earlier. Like, Pele was ridiculous. The 1,000 goals, it might be questionable, whatever. What he was doing in those times with those rock boots on, doing tricks where there's no protection from referees, with that hard level football, and you're doing what you're doing, your decision's made. So I think we're just in that era, man. We're old enough to where, all right, I've seen Messi for 20 years near enough. It's been, 18 years? We saw him first at 17. He's 35, 36 in June or something next year. It's not going to change, man. Like, for my lifetime, what I've seen Messi do, like, he's the most complete attacking footballer we've ever seen. Like, you can do 90 goals in a calendar year. I can't remember how many it was. Was it 90?
91.
91 goals in the calendar year, whilst being probably one of the, like, you're probably only third best passer in Barcelona because you have 2 of the best passers ahead of you. But you're still, you can assist and create from anywhere on the pitch while scoring 91 calendar goals in a season. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I can't ever see that being topped ever.
I see. I can't either, man. I can't either, and I think, you know what it is as well. I think when you've lived it, when you've watched it, there's something different to it. Like I've tried, when I can to watch games back from the past, and you can appreciate the greatness.
It's not the
But they
same feel though.
not the same feel as
Yep,
it being live in that moment.
exactly.
You know
It's
what I'm saying?
even if you sit, let's say, let's take it off Messi for a minute, like the Ronaldinho Neymar debate. It's close to some people, but I was
That's
I was
over.
15, 14 when Ronaldinho was going. And Ronaldinho was doing this all with a smile on his face, half focused on football, doing whatever he wants, like whatever he wants, whenever he felt like it. PSG was like the start of it. Then '02 World Cup killed it. Then
Killed.
Barcelona immortalized forever.
Yeah, that's why. Like, yeah, for me, it's funny. It's funny now because I, it's so mad, right? Because we've always had these Messi CR7 debates.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm actually getting to the point now where I'm actually starting to get to the point where I'm like, Messi for me, is becoming the undisputed number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm almost getting to the point where I'm like, is CR7 a lock at number two?
See, if you're going by like accolades and like era, yes. If you're saying is he my favorite, like second, third, it's gonna be unpopular. No. Like for me personally, I'm gonna
No.
put R9 and Zidane. Like Zidane is always gonna be up there. Like again, he's one of those players you have to see it.
Now you see, you said favorite, and I understand that, but I'm saying forget even the accolades part because obviously accolades matter, and all
Yeah,
these guys are mad decorated. I'm
yeah,
talking about purely as a player. Who do you think was a better player between? For me, one is Messi, right?
yeah.
And for me, the next five are either CR7, Dino,
Hmm.
R9, Zidane, or Maradona.
Yeah,
I'll probably say those are the next five.
yeah.
If you had to pick, this kind of comes down to a gut feeling. I think you do it similar to me. What
Mm,
your gut tells you, you believe in it.
yeah.
Think who would you say is number two for you? Because I've been thinking about. I'm thinking, you know what? I might have Dino two, CR7 three. As wild as
Oh.
this, I know this might sound wild as hell, and I might
It's not wild, man.
be
It's
reacting, but
nice.
boy,
You know, it's not wild because like Ronaldinho, even though it weren't long, like that's the only reason I don't give it to him. It's just because
yeah,
whilst
yeah,
yeah, it was just like 2 3 years of
yeah,
unstoppable, and then you got dropped like because you just stopped caring. Like not because you weren't good enough, it's because the manager couldn't rely on you anymore. You got a pot belly. You're just playing how when you feel like playing, but like what he did in those 3 years, I can't knock somebody if they pick it because he was like the perfect combination of entertainment
yeah.
and output. Like you don't go to the Bernabeu and destroy a team and get clapped like that. That you know how long that rivalry is, and you got clapped there. Like they clap for you.
Bro, like that Ronaldinho is, yeah, man. I
It's a
mean,
gift.
maybe like if I think about it properly and I think about Ronaldo CR7 in his prime,
Yeah,
maybe yeah, he probably is better than Dino. But I just
yeah,
think,
mhm.
um, yeah, like I just think I wouldn't be mad if someone picks Zidane. Wouldn't be
Yeah.
mad if someone picked, R9. Wouldn't be mad if someone picked Maradona.
Nah, I wouldn't be mad at either. Like me,
Yeah,
out of those, I'll probably still pick Ronaldinho, no Ronaldinho, CR7, just because. Yeah, obviously not now, but even like the early Real Madrid days, like that was he's scary on that left hand side.
yeah,
Scary. Like you
yeah,
couldn't stop him. Like
yeah.
you like he was strong when he felt like being strong and didn't want to roll around like a softie. He'll burn you with tricks if you felt like it. He can go on either side and score. Your free kicks were there then them times. The
Them time,
leap was there. Like he was ridiculous. Like
yeah.
ridiculous.
He was a
So
ridiculous footballer, man.
yeah, man. Like that, like we've been lucky, man. Like those two, I can't. We can say this. All right. Let me ask you a question.
Mm.
So, all right. Do you think Ronaldo would be Ronaldo if he didn't have Messi as his counterpart and peer?
Hmm. I'm gonna say oof, no. But the thing is, Ronaldo is so like he's so self-driven that,
Yeah.
but maybe Messi gave him that extra 1-2%.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
a part of me that wonders, like, if it wasn't for Messi, would Ronaldo have turned into a striker? Or would he just said, you know what, I'm just gonna ride out this winger role and just stick to doing bare flicks and tricks because no one in this era can touch me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's that. See, to me, like, I ask it, but I don't know if he'll be this. He'll still be a great. I think he'll still be up there because Ferguson did a lot for that as well. To me, like just showing him another way. Like, all right, my guy, you got all these tricks. That's why we signed you. But I see more than this for you. You're not just gonna run around here and do tricks. This is the prem.
yeah,
But I think if you don't have Messi there, like Messi's just natural. I don't even think he saw any competition really for years because you're just that good. You just walk on the pitch. Like Ronaldinho prepped us from early. He said, you're the best." Nah, I'm not the best in the world. It's Messi. No one knew
that,
who he
that
was.
that's still mad. The fact that Dino just spotted it like that and said it, and
Yeah,
he was 1,000% right.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
crazy. But yeah, like I think I don't know if he might it wouldn't be at like to that level where Messi was scoring that many goals and Ronaldo was keeping up the whole time.
yeah. Then man, there was a period that Messi would score two on a Saturday, and Ronaldo was like, "All right, I'm scoring three
Yep.
on a Sunday," and same
Mm-hmm.
time, Ronaldo would score three on a Saturday. Messi like, "All right, I'm getting five on Sunday." Like then
Yeah.
man,
It
there was a period. It was just we'll
was
never
tennis,
see it
man.
again. We'll never see
Like
it again.
I call them like Federer and Nadal, man. Same thing. Like Messi is Federer, like the natural ability, and then Ronaldo is like Nadal, like because you got all the physical attributes to keep up, and you can win. Like that's what happened in the end. Even when you think of like Federer and Nadal, like Federer is still the better tennis player. Talking about the
Always.
ability, the shots, the way he can change up, serve, volley, baseline, whatever. But
Mhm.
when it comes to like the newer game, Nadal kind of changed it too because it's all physical. Like, he doesn't care about anything you're doing. He's gonna chase down everything and get it. That's kind of
Yeah.
like Messi, Ronaldo. Like Messi's like the complete attacking guy. Like he can walk into positions. Like he's like, oh, why is he walking? Because him walking is more effective than you running. That's why. That's why he can do it. But
It's facts.
yeah, like he can walk and be found. You are running, like you could be Henderson, and you're not in the space that this guy's in. So that's why he can walk. Like there's a difference in football IQ. But then the Ronaldo thing is like, all right, so Messi can do this, but Ronaldo's just got that out and out will, arrogance to succeed. So even now, like when we say, oh, like it's a sour end, when you've done what he's done in his career, you kind of have to empathize with it too, because, well, you kind of not fought against all the odds, but you've gone from this skinny winger with yellow slick, like that yellow thing in his head,
Yeah.
to a complete world beater striker. Like, and it's like you don't get me wrong, you had ability, but 2003, Quaresma was better.
Facts. Facts.
2000 by 2008, you forgot Quaresma existed. Quaresma was like Chelsea being a bum, and
Yeah.
Ronaldo was outscoring 40 goals or 31 goals in a season for Man United. So like the way it ended
I
is
think
like from right wing. So it's like, bro, you could. It's funny. Like some of his stuff he's done is like it's petty. Like, bro, you're trying to claim goals, all this kind of sad stuff. But at the same time, it's like, nah, this guy really, really came from like the mud to one of the greatest we'll ever see.
and that's why, and that's where I think the Messi thing really comes in. I think Ronaldo worked so hard.
Yeah,
In 2008, he was the best in the world when he won the champs with United. And then as soon as he reached that level,
yeah,
Messi then said, all right, I'm
It's
here.
my turn. It's my turn.
I'm here now. I'm here now.
You
And
had your fun.
Ronaldo's like, nah. And it's been magical, to be fair, to watch them compete. And it's like you said, it's a bit peak how Ronaldo's going out trying to claim goals, like, but in a couple of years' time, it'll all be forgotten. And just remember Ronaldo, Messi for what they gave us, and I hope we get something similar in the future. We probably won't, but
I can't see it. Nah, like that kind of rivalry. That I don't think that's in sporting history. You're not gonna see stuff like that.
that's true. There's no sporting rivalry. Messi and Ronaldo is the greatest sporting rivalry ever.
Yeah,
I can't think of a
it's
good
up
one.
there.
Maybe Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Some people might. That's quite.
But that's
NBA. That's a popular one too. But
I can't even say that because that one's like they're not the same era.
yeah.
Like these two are in the same era. Like, I'm trying to think. Like Federer and Nadal would be one to me just because I was a tennis fan them days. And that was that
the games, bro.
Yeah, that whole top four was mad. Like, it was Federer, Nadal, and there's Djokovic and Murray who would go and win.
Djokovic is right there with them, you know. Like
he is. He's right there.
Right there with them now, still.
Yeah, and then I don't know, maybe an F1 one. I can't think of who, but I'm sure there's probably an F1 rivalry.
Then you can say Hamilton, Schumacher. Oh, this is a good one from big up TJ Mack in the building. Hope you're blessed, my bro. Saying Larry Bird and Magic. You know what? That's a fantastic point. Because in the NBA times, from what they always report, the NBA was about to go bust. And then Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came through same time. One played for Boston Celtics, one played for Lakers. Biggest rivals. Obviously, the dynamic too back then, white player, black player.
Yeah.
And it saved the league. And then obviously 2 years later, Michael Jordan comes into the league in it. And then obviously it's a madness.
Michael Stage is set.
That's a good one from TJ Mack. Big up TJ Mack.
That's cold.
That's my bro, man.
Yeah, that's cold.
Arsenal, we'll be talking Arsenal in a couple of weeks, my bro. So as soon as that comes around, you'll be on the show, man.
Yeah, man.
Big up Ed saying Messi joint top scorer and most and best assist. Again, when I'm looking at Messi in this World Cup, I'm not really thinking about his stats, to be honest. But again, I'm not saying I'm discounting his stats either. I'm not doing that. They play a part. I'm saying like yeah.
Just appreciate the player at this stage, man. The guy's 36 in June.
Yeah, exactly that. Ed said Ronaldo's gonna feel it though. He's gonna be fuming. Oh, don't get Ronaldo. Ronaldo is
yeah. He's somewhere drinking a cup of tea aggressively, just making teas, like a bunch of teas. He's probably still in Qatar. Yeah, he's probably still there, man. Like, I think he's clubless. Like, the thing, he's like, this is where you can make jokes. One of the greatest of all time is just randomly jobless mid-season.
It's like he's a free agent.
What? How are you jobless and you're Ronaldo? Like, I know you got this Saudi Arabia contract or whatever pending, but bro, this is
what? I can't lie. Yeah, I reckon if Messi wins the World Cup, Ronaldo ain't signing for Saudi Arabia. Ronaldo will find a way. You know what? Man City, I'll play for you for 30K a week.
Or for free.
I'll play for free. Just let me play. Come on in the Champions League final and get that goal. Like, please. Like, let me get one more moment, please.
Like, you know, that's why he wants to keep his records and stuff, man.
But, man, just if I can't lie, if Portugal had beaten Morocco, just imagine going into tomorrow knowing if Portugal had beaten him, we would have had the Argentina-Portugal World Cup final. That would have been
crazy.
That might have been the most watched event in history, you know?
It would have to be. Like, two of the greatest
ever, bro.
Ever. Like, even like it's to the point now where it's been that point, but they've transcended football. Anyone of any age kind of knows them.
Facts.
Like, they're literally carrying football. That's why they can go Messi can be on £1 million a week or whatever at 35. Ronaldo can be on 600-700K in England.
On almost 38.
Yeah.
If Messi wins this World Cup, I bet Ronaldo will find a way to reach the next one. Bro, I'm telling you, he will find a way.
He'll change nations or something.
He'll change nations. Whatever, he's got to do some fool on his birth certificate, take off a few years, like whatever he has to do. Like, you know what? Ronaldo's story might not be over. It should be. It should be over, but I can't feel it. There's one more chapter left in Ronaldo's story still. Like,
you know, the one's 42. He's
he
back.
Ain't going out like this. He ain't going out like this, man. This is sad. But
He's gonna move like Tom Brady. Them ones he said told his wife he'll retire. Then he came back out of retirement. His wife left him.
Now, that Tom Brady story is wild, you know. Like his team stinks as well, you know.
Yeah. It's
They're
just
doing bad. Like he's
you're
bad,
just addicted.
Bro, he's won 7 Super Bowls. His wife said, "You're 45. Can you retire this time, please?" He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna retire." 2 months later, he unretires, and his wife like, "You know what? Bun you, divorce."
Yeah,
and it's
she's sick of it, man. At this point, she's like,
I can see Ronaldo doing something like that.
You see Ronaldo doing that.
You can see Ronaldo doing something like that where his girlfriend or fiance is like, "Hey, retire." He's like, "No, bud, I need some more penalties." And he's like, "I say you get the kids." I don't even know, like, I don't even like talking about man's family business, but hey, shout out Tom Brady, man.
Yeah.
Peace.
That's some legendary stuff, man.
But yeah, man, let's just before we wrap it up, let's just talk about Croatia quick.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a game too far for them. They struggled offensively tonight, but you know, just a word on Luka Modric. Probably his last appearance for his country, for Croatia. Definitely his last World Cup appearance. You got big cheers as he went off. The Croatia fans were screaming "legend."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Luka Modric. I mean, again, another player, 5 Champions Leagues, multiple La Liga titles, a World Cup final in his resume. Just what is there to add really on Luka Modric?
Hey man, he's done it all. And when you think about it, he joined Madrid at what, 27?
Yes. Yeah, because he's 37. Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. The ground he covered in that last 10 years is wild. Because you literally went from a Spurs player who we all knew, he's talented, man. He's good. Sick. And went to Madrid. Think Madrid, when he first went there, in like November or January or something, they said he was the worst signing of the season.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they did.
And 10 years later, he's goated. Like he's with when you talk about the Xavis, the Iniestas, Pirlos, Scholes, he's right there. Like, and it's not far-fetched if someone says Modric is their greatest midfielder ever, because he's right there. He can, even today, like there's even like one instance, like he was attacking. Before you know it, Argentina were on the break. He was back there winning headers. I'm like, you're 37.
Bro, it's facts. It's facts. It's you just got a big up Modric, man. Just such a top player, man.
Yeah,
top player, beautiful to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Just got it all in his locker, man. And you know, I think like, you know, we like to do these debates, like, if you had to, you know, when we did that start bench and sell thing a few weeks ago, if you had to, but let's do it with a twist. Let's say you can start to bench to sell one.
Okay.
And you've got Modric, you've got Zidane, you've got Iniesta, you've got Xavi, and you've got Scholes.
You got Kroos, did you say?
Scholes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So you got those 5 man. 2 you can start, 2 put on the bench, and 1 is sold. So that one that's sold obviously means more. Like, you know, I can, you know, 3 are retired. Well, four are retired, and Modric probably got 1 year left or something too. So he's close. So he's not gonna
Yeah,
add much to that league. So
yeah.
what would you do? What would you do just to round off this show? Who are the two starting? Who are the two bench? And who's being sold?
That question is nuts. Ah, bro, I have no idea. I actually have no idea. Zidane's one of my favorite players ever, so I have to pick him.
Facts. I'm picking Zidane too.
The next one, oh my god,
It's hard. It's hard.
just for like the balance of those two, it'd probably be Xavi or Modric.
Okay. Forget the balance. Forget the balance. This is not your
Oh,
midfield.
just what I want.
That's what you want.
Oh man, but that's crazy.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I've got Scholes, Xavi, Iniesta, Modric left.
Yeah, you've got them four left. And you can only pick one more star. So.
Uh, Jeez, I might pick Xavi.
Okay.
But yeah, oh my god! And then
I want to know who
said,
gets sold still. There's two bench players and then one sold.
so now I've got Modric, Iniesta, and Scholes.
Yeah.
Like, this is insane.
A mad one. It's a mad one.
I'd probably sell Modric, maybe, but it just it just sounds. It doesn't even feel right to do this. But if I have to pick for the sake of the game, then I'll probably
pick, yeah.
Modric. I think.
Okay, so you'd start Zidane and Xavi, bench Iniesta on Scholes, and sell Modric.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think Zidane has to start. I'm starting him with Iniesta.
Yeah.
The bench. Funny enough, I've actually got Modric on my bench, and it's between Xavi and Scholes who's getting sold.
Ooh.
Now this one I can't really decide because the more I've kind of rewatched Xavi, the more and more that I get it. You know what I'm saying? The more and more I get that love that people have for him. Like I knew he was a world class, one of the best ever already. I'm just saying, I get that feeling when people say Xavi. I get it.
Yeah.
What he could do was magical. What Paul Scholes on the other hand, like see the thing is, because obviously this is gonna get clipped. Regardless, one of us is gonna get cussed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're getting cooked. I've accepted it.
We're getting cooked regardless. But if I have to pick, oh man, yeah, now I get you a dilemma, man.
It's crazy.
You don't know what you want to pick.
Yeah, bro. Like, now you want to add extra stuff. Who's my left back? Who's my right back? Who's my strikers?
Facts.
Like,
I just want to make it now so that no one gets sold. Everyone's
it's crazy.
I have to pick. I might put. Oh man, this feels
blasphemous, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. I can't lie. I'm gonna go with my gut is telling me. I'm gonna say Scholes bench and Xavi gets sold.
Yeah, okay.
But
I hear you.
Man,
there's no right answer, bro.
I'm about to get cooked. I'm about to get cooked. I remember one time Ed said something before about Xavi. He got cooked on TikTok still.
Oh, what did he say about? Now he used to disrespect Xavi. That's why he used to say some wild stuff, man.
Yeah. He did still.
Okay.
Okay, so you're saying wait,
what?
What?
So Scholes is lower than Xavi.
So are you saying sell Scholes? Because I was close to saying sell Scholes. So Ed might be with me here.
Man, all right.
Yeah, it's a serious one. It's a heavy one still, but
yeah, it's nuts, man. So I have a question, but we're going to be here too long if I ask it.
Go on, man. We'll probably go another 10 minutes if you want. Go on.
I was going to say, I don't know if we might do an episode on this maybe at some point. Biggest, or just give your biggest flop or top 3 flops. No order.
Ever?
Yeah, like players from our generation, players you're like, nah, this is the guy. And he never ended up being the guy.
Top 3 flops. Oh, this is
Yeah.
good. This is good. This is good. Top 3 flops. Oh, that's a good question. It's mad because for some reason, the first thing that came to my head, I actually don't think he's in the top 3. The first thing that came to my head is Tarat.
Bro, he's up there for me. I thought he was gonna be the guy, like a special guy.
Top 3 biggest flops. Oh,
yeah,
man.
like you had a personal attachment to the guy, even if it's not a world attachment. Like everyone thought this guy was gonna be amazing, but you were like, nah,
this guy's the one.
Yeah, this guy is cold.
See, I don't want to call him a flop because it's unfair. He's not really a flop. But I might have to say Pogba might be in the top 3. He's not a flop.
Ooh, that's a good one.
He's not a flop. But
compared to where he could be,
Pogba should be in these discussions with the Yaya Toures, and
he's dropped the ball. Like we just talked about Modric's last decade, Pogba's last 7 years or 8 years, let's say. You went from Man United, young boy, left Man United, went to Juve, like made an identity for yourself of being this guy, moved back to United and wait 6 years.
And bro, the thing is, like when you look at Pogba, if you look at Pogba when he was 22 at Juve in his last season at Juve before he joined United, and then you looked at Modric at 22, if someone had said to you that it would be laughable to compare them at the end of the career, which it now is laughable.
Definitely is laughable. Yeah.
You'd have been like, how did that happen? So whilst Pogba's not a flop, I just want to make that clear. Pogba is not a flop.
Yeah.
But if
not
we're
overall, no.
The expectations that we had for them and where they are, regardless of whatever reasons there are extenuating circumstances for Pogba, were cool. Still, he didn't reach. So I'll put Pogba in my top 3.
Yeah.
2 more. Have you got one?
Yeah, I think I have one. Like, I'm gonna say Dele Alli is,
my God,
possibly number 1.
He's up there. My God.
Or if he's not number 1, he's definitely making a big statement for it. Because, all right, let's just walk through Dele Alli's career quickly. So, jumps on the scenes like 16. He's running riot for MK Dons. Like he's running riot. Like he's making noise. Like I don't even watch. At that point, I wasn't watching like League One football that much.
Yeah.
But it's like every week I keep hearing about Dele Alli. I'm like, wait, what? Dele Alli? All right, cool. I'll look out for him, kind of thing. You see him play. He's running rings around those guys. Like that lower league, Championship, League One is physical.
Yeah.
He's not having any problems in any department. He's just having fun. You're like, all right, cool. I've got my eye on this guy. Then you hear Spurs, 5 million, I think they paid for him. I'm like, all right, cool. Then they had Ryan Mason them times. Ryan Mason had that head injury. You're thinking, all right, Dele Alli plays. He plays in that like holding kind of role. Like he's not attacking it. Like, he holds it down whole season. I'm like, oh, this guy's cold. He's cold, man. Then like the next season, I think he did some of the same, and then he started moving like further forward. So he kind of like became like second striker, like being compared to Lampard, them kind of man. Like, nah, this guy can do everything. He's tall, strong. He's got a little bit of arrogance. He can score. He just knows when to arrive in the box. Like he just has that thing. You're thinking, yeah. This is the guy. Obviously, Spurs, Pochettino. You're thinking, yeah. Good run. Like this Spurs best team. He's doing bits. League goals, Champions League goals, just things are going on. And when did Spurs make that final? 2018?
2019.
2019 they made it.
2019.
All right, this last 3 years,
Oh,
That's one of the biggest drop-offs I've ever seen. Because you weren't like we even
yeah.
mentioned in one of our group chats. It weren't Sanchez where it was like, all right, we can kind of see why this might happen. You play too much football, my guy. Like too much. Like, and you've had your peak. Like you've peaked. Like
Peak, yeah.
Yeah. Udinese, you were good. Barcelona for that 1 year, you were good. It was just kind of like the system weren't built for you. Arsenal, you were running riot at Arsenal. He was having fun. He was doing whatever he wanted. He was our main guy.
Yep.
And you're like, all right, cool, I understand. Even Hazard, all right, before he had his bad 3 years, which wasn't all performance related, and I just like to laugh at him a lot of the time, but it's just because his body just failed on him. But 6-7 years of great work at Chelsea, so it's like, all right, cool. We see why this might have happened. Like you got your £130 million move.
Yeah.
You done what you needed to do. Like we know what you can do. Dele Alli is like 22 these times.
That's
Like you've got no reason to fall off. Like none. Like you got years to go. Like you could be one of the English greats. That's what I was thinking at the time. And like, nah, this guy can do bits. Like you use him right. Like he can really be one of them guys. You go from Spurs guy, then you see like Mourinho talking about him on that like all or nothing. Like,
yeah, that was a warning.
Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, he's lazy, but he's still good. You didn't listen to one of the greatest football minds ever. You still kept going at your own pace. Then all kinds of other stuff kept happening to you outside of football. Like, I don't know if that threw you off. Then all of a sudden, your bench. Like, you got the Chirac hair. Like, you're Deli Keith now. Like, it's just bad stuff going on. Deli Keith. Now, then you went Everton, which was what, only this season?
It was
like this year.
It was only
You went to Everton last season, and like you didn't even do well there. You stunk up the place there. Now you're on the bench at Besiktas.
Oh.
He's a poster child for kids. If you have too much arrogance and you feel yourself too much, this is what you can be. You can go from being one of those Englishmen where we're saying, oh yeah, nah, he's up there with all the best youngsters in the world, to 3-4 years later, you're on the bench in Turkey.
Bro, it's mad. And I think Dele Alli is a great one. And I can't pick 3, but I've got 4 more names I want to throw out. One is Tarapt.
I agree with him.
One is Charisma.
100% him.
Especially when I saw him at Porto and I saw him doing the Chavella shots. I said, yo, I remember when he went Chelsea, I said, watch now. This is his time.
Yeah, he's back.
No, when he went to Inter before Chelsea.
Yeah,
that was his first flop. When he went to Inter, I said, okay, watch. Flopped. But then I've got 2 more names. These are not as big, but I rode for these, man. Number 1, Arshavin. When he joined Arsenal, but I was already in love with the guy.
From that 08 Euros.
Bro. Ed can tell you that. When we got Arshavin, bro, I was so happy.
Me too.
Like, and that first 6 months, he balled out for us.
Yeah, he was doing some stuff.
This Arshavin guy is going to be an Arsenal legend. And then slowly but surely, his performances got worse and worse. And I'm like, and I still always had that hope. Like, every time I watch him, I'm like, I still see glimpses of what I thought. And it's like, nah, and it never happened. And then the other guy is Carlos Vela.
Ooh.
But that's just because that hat-trick he got in his first game, like that chip goal he got, like that, I don't think a goal has ever, that goal was just so ridiculous. You remember that one United?
Yeah.
The shoulder in the air.
Nah.
And then he brings it down and jogging like he's taking the piss, flicks it like this over the keeper in at 18. I said, nah. This guy's going to be
We're on to a winner here.
We're on to a winner here. And I rolled out for him for years until eventually I have to say, he was never a bad player. Don't get me wrong.
Nah, he weren't.
Good player. But
yeah,
I thought he could be top level, man. So I'll probably say,
Yeah.
in terms of man that I rode out for, I'll probably say Pogba, Tarap, Arshavin, Vela, and Charisma. I say I rode out for them, man. Still, I rode out for them, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a few of the same of yours. Pogba probably weren't in mine because I loved Pogba as a player, but I was just like, bro, you got Marquisio around you, you got Pirlo, you got Bear
Yeah,
Man.
I'll take that away. That's true.
So it's just like, all right, let's see. Like, and then the first season was like, all right, this guy's got a whole bunch of ability, but for someone who's got all this ability, why are you so football dumb? You're doing the dumbest stuff. Like you're trying to like hold off three people in the middle. Like, like he was doing that from when he started Man United to the end.
It just that's just one of those things that Pogba has that he's just never been able to get rid of that. I just think that's just part of who he is, and
Yeah,
it's a flaw. It's a big
it's a
flaw.
flaw.
It's a
You
big
need to
flaw.
know when to pass the buck, man. Yeah, because you're literally in the middle of the pitch. There's no room to be doing what you're doing. But the times it works is like, oh yeah, Pogba, you see what he just did? It's just like, and if you're a manager, he's gonna look at it and be like, bro, this is a team game. Why are you making these individual battles so you can lose?
That's the thing, like, and that's Pogba is like one of those guys that you'll see him do 2 or 3 things a game that you're like, yo, this guy's unbelievable.
Yep.
Then you'll see him do 1 or 2 things a game that you're like, bro, what
Why?
are you doing? Yeah, why?
Yeah, like even the one that stands out to me, especially with him, is when did they go out to Switzerland? Was that Euros last year?
Yes.
He scored a banger in that same game, right?
He was the man of the match.
And then like he played the best, but then there was one moment where he was just jogging in the middle of the pitch, just moving around like nothing, like there wasn't an important game on. And Switzerland broke through his area and went and scored. I'm just looking at him like, so you've just scored this kind of goal to put your team 3-1 up, and you don't have the discipline to shut up shop.
And that's he's and because Pogba says, I'm not good defensively. Yeah, we know you're not good. We accept that. You know, there's a lot of players that are not good defensively, but like, even if Pogba had tracked back there and given away a foul yellow card, I'd be like, well, that's a horrible tackle. But again, at least he tried.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you're just casually jogging, it's like, bro, you just not want to defend. Like, but I mean, listen, Pogba, it's just Pogba's man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man. Well, listen, people, we're just over an hour in. Big up to everyone who's tuned into such a late stream. We appreciate you all. Obviously, Argentina reached the final. So big up them, big up Messi, Alvarez, all of the team. And tomorrow night, we find out who they play against. Will it be Mbappe and France, or will it be Morocco? We're definitely underdog story or all underdog story. And yeah, we're definitely going to be tuned into the game. And yeah, let's just see how it goes. But until then, smash the likes, people. And wherever you're tuning in from, have a good night. We're out. Peace.